Hello guys, today we're going to be going over scarcity, what it means, especially in the economic terms, and who faces it, why they face it. So we're going to be going over two practice questions like every other video. Again, I suggest you stop the video and try these yourselves before I go on. So first off, what is scarcity itself? Basically, scarcity applies whenever we have a good that there's not enough. And you're thinking, well, I want lots of everything. There's no good that there's enough of. Basically, the formal definition of scarcity is that if the price is not zero, it is scarce. And the reason this is the definition of scarcity can be thought of, if we made the price zero, would there be enough to go around? So if I made the price of Toyotas zero, would there be enough Toyotas to go around? And the answer is probably not. I'd want 10. Like, if they're free, I want as many as possible. Why not? So if P equals zero and there's enough to go around, it's not scarce. So think about something like air. The price of air is zero, but there's enough to go around. Therefore, it's not scarce. Now, you could argue that clean air is scarce, but I think in general, we're looking at it as air is not scarce. You also have to take into account the difference between rarity and scarcity, because that's a very important thing. Something like, dog poo could potentially be rare if there's only one dog, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's scarce, because if it was free, there'd be enough to go around because nobody wants it. So it's an important distinction. Now, moving on to the question, does Warren Buffett face scarcity? And the simple answer is absolutely. So this question kind of has a double negative. It's false that he does not face scarcity. So why does Warren Buffett face scarcity? For those of you who don't know, Warren Buffett is an investor. He's like the third richest man in the world. He's worth maybe $70 billion on any given day. He runs Berkshire Hathaway. So how can a person that's worth $70 billion face scarcity? He can go out and buy whatever he wants, right? He can go into the grocery store and buy the entire thing if he wants. And the answer is because he faces scarcity in other ways. So for him, one of the main ways he faces scarcity is time. He doesn't have enough time to do everything. He has scarcity in time. So he has $1 billion company to run, he has a family, stuff like that. So he doesn't have enough time to go around. Also, he has an important thing. He wants to buy limited goods. So if you know Warren Buffett, he's actually quite humble, but for the most part, people with this much wealth, they want limited goods. So they don't just want a house, which I would argue, although they're scarce, they're not as scarce. He wants to buy the biggest apartment in New York, and there's only one of those, which means that even though he has basically unlimited money, there's limited goods that he can't necessarily buy. They're so rare that he can't buy them. So he faces scarcity in the fact that even though he has the money to buy anything, some of the things may not be for sale for an amount that he can easily come up with. So again, moving on to the second question now. I can buy as many cheeseburgers as I like, therefore they are not scarce. Now, thinking about this, we go, well, if we can buy as many as we like, clearly they must not be scarce. But again, let's look at our model. If the price of cheeseburgers was zero, would there be enough to go around? Let's think about that. There's how many people in the world? 7 billion plus? So if the price was zero, would all 7 billion people in this world get as many cheeseburgers as they wanted? So for me personally, if cheeseburgers is free, I'm getting like thousands of them. Do we have enough cheeseburgers to do that? Absolutely not. There's nowhere near enough cheeseburgers. So again, looking at our model, because the price does not equal zero, it must be scarce. And this is because if the price was zero, there would not be enough to go around. This would cause people to start bidding each other up. So I'd pay somebody a little bit of money and somebody would pay me a little bit of money. And eventually we would get to an equilibrium. And fundamentally, therefore, all cheeseburgers must be scarce because their price isn't zero. And this is a function of an equilibrium caused by supply and demand of cheeseburgers. Thank you for watching today.